Greetings everyone, my name is Jonathan Bailey and I am from the website Plagiarism Today, which can be found at plagiarismtoday.com. Still have not mastered the art of pointing to my own name. Today is Friday. Happy Friday everyone. Hope you're looking forward to a great weekend. It's going to be totally awesome and you're going to really enjoy it. But as usual, for me on Fridays, we sort of put aside the copyright and plagiarism news and talk about another issue near and dear to my heart, technology, and specifically web browsing, web browsers in particular. So yeah, what's been going on? Well, last week I was talking about how enamored I was with Safari 6, and I still indeed want to have a lot of great things to say about Safari 6. I do think it's a major improvement over Safari 5. Both in terms of usability, speed, and even features to a degree. I really had grown to love the reader feature of Safari 6 rather. Great browser, but I began to notice a problem with Safari as I was using it more and more and using it for more and more intense work as I was sort of getting back into the swing of my normal routine. And the problem, by new problem I mean the same old problem I had with Safari 5, which was that after a certain period of time, especially if I had a lot of tabs open, a lot of garbage collection going on, the browser would start to pinwheel, freeze, hang up, and really just not function. It kind of sputter, lock up, and it would always return. I only had it truly, ultimately crash once or twice. Once early in the game, once later. But it would freeze, lock up, and become very, very frustrating to use whenever I'm trying to do a lot of work. And it was really, I think part of it was that it was more noticeable with Safari, because when Safari is on and Safari is good, it is the slickest, smoothest browser. All of those little visual moving details that you expect from Apple are in there. So even when it's not being 100% fast, it looks fast, it feels fast, but until it starts locking up and freezing and having some serious trouble. So I've been doing what I've normally do in this past week, and that is I've been using Google Chrome and Firefox, kind of bouncing back and forth between the major browsers, see what I like best. And fortunately, gone to the UK for 2 weeks, and then about a week with Safari 6. Lots of updates for Google Chrome and Firefox to try out. I tried out the latest in the both stable and the canary branch of Google Chrome. Not a lot changed there. I'm not even sure what the new features are. Of course, I don't know what the new features are in Firefox either, but I couldn't really detect any changes, major, minor, or otherwise. The browser seemed to work about as well, but I've been noticing with Chrome kind of the same issue I was seeing with Safari, just in a much more reduced extent. With Chrome, I'm able to get 12 to 15 tabs open before I notice any hiccups. And with Safari, it would be 6 to 8 or so. So it's much less common. It could survive a much more intense usage. But the big surprise though was I tried out Firefox Aurora. I haven't really played around with the stable much, but Firefox Aurora, for those playing at home, that is 16 Alpha 2. Really love this browser. I gotta say, it's a really slick, really stable browser. It's got it where it counts. I'm not the biggest fan of Firefox UI, even when you play around with themes and skins and whatnot and personas and other stuff. I'm not the biggest fan of Firefox's UI. I really do like the Omnibar. I really do prefer Chrome's tab management to Firefox's. So there are a lot of things that I do like better in Chrome. I like tab management better in Chrome is what I meant to say. I do like a lot of things better in Chrome. But Firefox seems to have it where it counts. It's a solid, stable browser that even under intense usage isn't hiccuping, isn't sputtering, isn't pinwheeling, isn't creating any problems. So yeah, overall, Firefox 16 is my lead browser right now. It's what I've been using for about the past 2 days straight, and what I really have grown to love. So rock on. All in all, not a lot of new features in it. I think they did something new with the URL highlighting or some garbage like that I wouldn't even notice if I hadn't read it in the developer logs. But still, behind the scenes, their efforts on garbage collection and speed improvement are definitely starting to pay off. And they've said they've really changed the way they're doing garbage collection, but those changes are progressive and are not fully implemented in this version. So basically, wait and see on that one, see if that further improves the usability. But yeah, it's a fast, stable browser. I've not had it pinwheel, crash, sputter, anything for an alpha. It's a great browser. And a lot of that's because with this rapid development cycle that both Firefox and Chrome are on now, Safari is not. We're seeing the improvements as we go, and even though it might get a new version number, it is not radically different from the previous version. That's a big complaint with this sort of this rapid cycle. I don't mind the rapid release cycle, but I do wish they would change the numbers so that the big version number would only update whenever there was some kind of massive change in the browser. The X dot, so to speak, would be reserved for major changes, but that's a whole separate talk there. All in all, Firefox Aurora 16 Alpha, good browser, check it out. I would recommend it. Also, really quick, I want to give a shout out to an FTP program, Yummy FTP. It's available in the App Store for $2 on Mac. I was looking for a replacement for CyberDuck because I don't feel like installing Java on Mountain Lion. It's something I don't want to introduce on the system if I can avoid it. Decided to give Yummy a try, and I've got to say, it's probably one of the best FTP clients I've used. It's a bit simple, not a lot of bells and whistles, but for connecting and uploading and using FTP, including FTPS and so forth, solid. It works. It's uploading some very huge files to my server right now for a friend. Guys, sorry for nothing. I hope you enjoy the concert footage we recorded. It sure took long enough to get it on the server. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, to recap, Google Chrome, not a lot changed. Some stability issues starting to show with heavy usage. Firefox 16 Alpha, the big surprise, works great. No memory usage. Yummy FTP is yummy. Well, on that note, everyone, thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you guys on Monday back with more copyright news.